What's up, everyone? Colby Cheese here, taking another look at Might and Magic Duel of Champions. This time I would like to do my best to take a look at the building of a deck and trying that out in a match. So I'm still pretty casual at this game, but I wanted to see if I could at least figure out, how to build a deck and see how accessible that would be for players. So what I wanted to do is go ahead and check out buying some stuff. In my last video, I did actually purchase a big set of cards and I was able to open those up, but I would like to go ahead and do one more for the sake of this video. So I have just enough seals, it looks like, to get a base set 2 super pack, almost enough to get one with the gold, but I'm gonna go ahead and go for this one here, instant buy, and see exactly what happens. So every time you buy that, here you go, you can find it in the cards and decks menu. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cards and decks menu and see what happens. So whenever you buy a pack, you get to open it right here, and so this is kind of neat. You get to go boop, open pack. And of course we receive 2 wild cards. I'll talk about that in just a little bit. And here are all of the cards that I just received. Now, I like to take a look at the cards which I can actually use. Now, this little symbol up here is going to correspond to which cards your hero kind of tells you that you can play. And so this is a card I can't really use at the moment until I find a hero that is, of this particular type. So let's just scroll through here and see which cards are actually useful to me. Let's see. This is a neutral. This little symbol means it's neutral, so anybody can use this one. So there's one that I can actually end up using. This is kind of cool. So preemptive strike. This, if something attacks this creature, it's always going to take the damage from it. Of course, it's only 1 damage, but either way, kind of a neat little idea. Can't use that one or that or that. Here we go. This is an event, so this is one of those cards that are on the bottom of the deck that any player can play. Let's see. Any trainer played 3 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. That's actually a pretty good little event because it doesn't require any resources. It's basically like you just use it, and if you're going to play a lot of cards, then it's going to work out. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Maybe I'll throw that into my deck. We got Ink Warrior. I can't use that. Oh, I can use this one on my Grand champion. It's a very high spell cost. Let's see, banishes target non-hero, non-event card from the battleground. So that just straight up removes a card, huh? That is interesting. Very interesting. Lots of spell cost. So basically any creature can be instantly removed. The main thing is that it costs a very large amount of resource to do that. So something interesting. Oh, here we go. A very rare event. Let's see, this one is draw a card, cannot play. Oh, I've already had. That's just basically a rare version of the one I've already had. Air track, can't use that. Oh, and there's a neutral, immune to retaliation, archer, pretty just basic, just attacks things. Okay, so there we go. That is the deck that I just opened up. So basically it gives me a little bit more options in building my decks. So let's go to cards and decks and deck builder. Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and create a a little bit more improved Infernal deck. So let's go to the Infernal deck that I've already kind of been messing with, and I would like to like remove some things. And let's go ahead and just sort by just all of my Inferno cards. And maybe my neutral. Let's just go straight up Inferno deck, and let's go ahead and remove some of the stuff that I may not like. So you see my champion here, Garant. I can have Inferno, and then that little squiggly line, whatever that is, and then fire cards. Those are the cards that I can play. So for example, if I were to click Haven, and instead of Inferno, well, I actually don't have any Haven card. Okay, let's find something that I have. I don't think it's going to let me see them because my hero here. Well, anyways, the point is, you can't play any of these other cards because I've got Garant, and he does not work with these other schools. So that's what I was trying to show you earlier. So let's go ahead and click on Inferno, and that's what we're going to stick with for now. But let's go take a look at the deck, and I'm going to take out a few things that I don't really like. So like this Power Hunter, it's okay, but it's not really... I mean, we might add it back in, but I like to get rid of some of these like neutral cards, and we'll add in neutral cards later. I don't really like that card. That was like a little card that you had to actually use resources just to use it. Griffin is decent. It's not anything special though. I just want to add some cards that look or sound cool. And some of these, I'm not very like pro at the game, so I don't know if any of these things are like ultra powerful or not. Like this one is, I can actually see from other card games that I played, this one could be pretty useful in like ending a game very quickly. But overall, I'm just gonna take it out because it's like something I don't ever end up using anyways. Magic Shield, I don't really care about that. Let's see. Take a card from my hand, put it on the top of my library, and deal 2 damage. This is essentially a spell that I don't understand why you would take something from your hand and put it on the top of your library. I guess that just means the next thing you draw is going to be the same thing. So basically, what you draw is not going to be anything special. So just a way to deal direct damage to an enemy champion. So I guess it's okay. That's not terrible. I'll keep that in there. Whatever. This one's kind of neat. I'll keep that in there. Chaos Rift, choose, draw a card. All right, so let's just go look for if there's anything. Oh, I actually do like the Campfire. That's a neutral card, but I'm going to keep that in there. So some of these events I don't really like. Okay, I don't like this one. You can't play any card this turn. Yeah, let's take Week of Knowledge out of there. Each player draws a card. I've used that a few times. I'll keep that. Discard, draw a card. That's slightly useful if I have crap in my hand. This one would be useful for just doing quite a bit of damage. Now, I earned that new event. So I actually would like to turn my neutrals back on. Let's turn the neutrals back on because I want to see that other event that I just earned from that pack that I opened. So what I'm trying to show off here is that it is pretty easy to build your deck. So let me see if I can find the right filters here. So oh, there we go. So let's filter by events. So let's take a look at the events that I got. And so if I right click there, it lets me kind of look at it a little bit better. Let's see which events would be kind of cool to have. So I don't know what Infortune is, so I'm not going to mess with that. When I play a spell, I don't really play many spells on my deck. So this one here, I cannot play any card this turn. See, that's the one I didn't really like. I actually took that out, even though it looks cool. Week of Knowledge, I don't care. Time of War, this is the one I think, yeah, if you played 3 or more. So let's go ahead and add this to the deck. Time of War, I believe that's what it was called. Okay, and that's about it. So, okay, we got our event. I think you can only have like 4 events because as soon as I added that in, it stopped, you know, it kind of hit all the rest. All right, so let's take a look at some other cool stuff that I may have here. Undo neutral and just go back to Inferno deck. So there's some cool stuff in here that I haven't exactly added in yet. Hellfire Maniac, I think that's one that I don't have in my deck. Let's go to creatures for one thing here. So these are all the creatures that I have, and you can see this little number right here shows how many of them are actually in my deck. Generally, if you're gonna do a creature of any type, you usually, like if you're using a strategy, at least this is what I've learned from other card games, is if you're going to build a deck around certain types of cards, you want to have 3 of those types so that it's higher. You want to have the fewest amount of cards in your deck as possible. So if I don't know, if this has like, if 50 is the limit, you have to have at least 50. You want to have, you know, 3 of all the main cards, so that way you have a higher chance of receiving the cards that you really want. So you build your strategy around specific types of cards, and you try to maximize the chance that you're actually going to receive those cards in any given, you know, play sitting or whatever. That's what I understand. So again, I'm not like super pro at this or anything. That's just what I've learned. Let's just go ahead and throw some of this stuff in here that looks cool. Maniac Taskmaster, every time you control 3 or more, opponent discards a card at random. That's pretty cool. So if I use a lot of, this basically would say if I'm using a lot of demon cards, if I throw in about a lot of demon cards, so maybe I build a deck around being, you know, having demons in my deck. There we go. And so I can take out stuff that's not a demon. Basically, all this stuff is demon though. So if I just take out all the stuff that is not a demon, this one right here is a magic channel. I don't really like the idea. Okay, this one I can see having a deck around this if you have a lot of spell cards. You put these on there and it raises your spells without having to actually use the spell on your champion. So let's take out the breeder because I probably don't like using that particular strategy. Juggernaut just seems like a standard strong card. I like the sweep attacks. I would like to try and get some more of those cards with sweep attacks. Lacerator, Area Blast. I like these cards that can actually attack several different things at once. Let's take a look at what else I've got in here. Hellfire Cerberus attacks anywhere. That's kind of interesting. This one is neat. Fireburst 3 whenever an enemy creature. So Fireburst 3, when this creature dies, it deals 3 damage to all creatures on the same row. That's kind of a neat little concept. And plus, whenever this one enters the battleground, or sorry, when an enemy enters the battleground, this will match the location of that enemy. So that's kind of neat. Let's throw in some of these imps, and that might be kind of cool to have. Lilim. See, I have got 2 Lilims. If I like having Lilim, I can throw in another one. That would be 3 Lilims. And Demon Thrall. I don't like that idea. It cannot attack if there's nothing around it that's a friendly ally. So let's take a look at the deck and see things that don't really have. So Pit Fiend, it doesn't really seem to have a strategy. It's just a strong card in general, I guess. But there's only 1 of them. So let's just take that out. I'm not like I'm really building a strategy around this one. There's actually 3 of it. It's just that it separates it because there's a fancy looking one. Lacerator is kind of a cool card, but I would have to have more of them for it to be an effective strategy. Hellfire Man, I don't know. I'm just trying to keep it at like 50. So let's go ahead and try this deck out. So I built the deck here in the game. And maybe my strategies are fine, maybe it's not. I don't really know. Of course, I didn't really look at the spells or anything. I guess we can do that real fast. I'm not too familiar with all the spells. Let's see what spells I may be able to take out. Deal 2 area damage to target. Oh, do I even have any spells? I don't guess I even have any like infernal spells. So I wonder. Let's see. I can also use fire stuff. So let's. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, look at that. Arcath's Wrath deals 5 damage. That's basically a board clear. I would love to have that. That looks like a really cool spell. So let's throw that one in there. That's a card that I received recently. Well, not in this video, but I opened that deck right before I started this up. The rest of these spells are pretty decent here. Fire Shield, it's okay. I don't really like this one. I can see the use of it. Like, it's a pretty good card. Like, there's a strong card I don't want to attack. I'm just going to take it out. Destroys target ongoing spell. I don't really seem to use that ever. Fire Trap, I don't like that one very much. So I would like to add more spells in, but I just don't have any really. Let's see. So spell, custom neutral. I wonder if there's any neutral spells. That I really just don't have a lot of spells. Okay, this is a good opportunity. So if I want more spells, if these are the only spells that I have, for example, let's see. There's a way. I can, let's just say, can I save this for now? Let's just say done, and we'll come back to this in a second. Deck must have between 59 and 209. Okay, so I need at least 59 cards. Okay, so that is that's what I was looking for. I did not realize that I needed 59 cards, but we'll get back to that in a second. So in order to actually, let's see if I can remember where to go. Cards and decks. Oh yeah, so Altar of Wishes. So you'll notice I have 31 wild cards, and this is what I use to actually buy stuff. So let's say I want to buy some more spells. So let's click on spells for Inferno, Fire, and Neutral. These are the ones that I can use with the current hero that I've been using. One sec. So let's just go ahead and take a look and see if there's any of these spells that I like. This is just a basic 2 damage to 1 creature. It's a very small cost, so it could be like just a very simple card that I can throw on. I think I might, let's see, how much is it? It's only 1 wild card, so I might as well go ahead and grab 2 more of these. So this is how you buy specific cards to actually finish off your deck just a little bit. So that's a good thing to have. I don't wonder why this one costs more. I guess that's just like a random thing. Heat Wave, deal 1 damage. So there you go. There's basically like that other card that I had, which was a board clear. This one is going to deal 1 damage to all creatures. So that might be a cool little thing to have. Let's take a look at what else. Enchant roll permanent at the beginning of each player's turn, do 1 damage to all creatures. When there are no creatures, destroy lava stream. Okay. Let's see. Fire Shield. That's one that I already have. To your next turn. Oh, this is a good way to buff up certain creatures. So you can put it like a cheap creature on the board and then use Inner Fire and give him extra damage. I actually like spells like this because that allows you to put a card on the board that doesn't seem too threatening to your enemies, so they don't really mess with it, and then you toss on one of these that buff up your creature, and it will just wreck for that particular turn or whatever the thing is. Let's see, Fire Rage. So I like this. Spells can really add a different dynamic to the strategy of the game. So I don't really know offhand what all of these spells in the game are. As I get to play in the game, I'll start to learn these cards as I see them being played by opponents, as well as just reading them myself. So I'm just trying to find some that I think would be fun to use. Oh, this is a permanent one. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you get 1/+1 counter. When a creature is greater than 5, it gets destroyed. So basically, this is good for... I mean, it works for 5 turns. It just keeps getting stronger and stronger. I kind of like that spell. It's only, let's see, this one is only 1 cost. If I wanted to buy a second one, I guess it's, well, no, I got this one right here. So Soulfire, that one's only 1 as well. So we'll grab 2 of those. I guess we can do 1 more. Now we own 3. I wonder why this one costs 4. What is the deal with this? I don't really understand why they have one that costs a different amount. That's weird to me. Anyways, let's see. What else do we have? I've only got 1 Fireball. If I do like using Fireball, I could probably pick up some more of those, but I'm not really sure. I've got 1 of these Arcath's Wrath. It is a very expensive card. Sometimes with these like really expensive cards, wow, 10 damage to all creatures. Holy crap. That's the type of card that you would really... be okay with having only 1 or 2 in your deck as just like a, if this comes out, it's very situational. You don't want to have to just draw like 3 of them early on in the game when you can't even use them. So it's usually these cards that don't cost a lot that you want to have more of in your deck. And now you'll notice I actually own 4 of these, so that was a mistake probably in me buying an extra one or something, or maybe I just drew some from random draws or something like that. But anyways, just something to think about. So where was that one card that okay, this one, the Inner Fire. I do like this card. It's very expensive, so I guess it's more of a rare card. So let's go ahead and buy a couple of these. And let's go ahead and throw these in my deck. So that gives me a few more spells. That I think might put me up to the 59 mark that I need. Ooh, what is this? 20? Holy crap. I don't even have enough for it. Mass Rage. All creatures gain Berserk. That's a very interesting card right there. And I think Berserk, what that is, beginning of the controller, the creature automatically attacks the first spell at enemy. Okay. That means all creatures on your side and the enemy side will automatically attack the first valid. Okay. I don't know about that. Let's go ahead and go back to cards and decks. Deck builder, and let's pull up our deck that we just we were still editing. Okay. Now hopefully this did not really it didn't save the changes because it wasn't a valid deck. Well, that's unfortunate. I must have done something wrong there. All right, so let's go ahead and take back out the stuff that I took out, and what we'll do is we'll add in just the ones that we want. So let's go back to Inferno, Fire, Neutral, and go to spells here as well. So we'll go to the spells, and there we go. So there's the spells that we want to add, and let's go ahead and filter by the spells here and take back out the ones that we do not currently want in there. And there was some stuff I didn't like. If I can figure out, Fire Trap was the one I didn't like, and Teleport I did not like. And then let's add back in this Enter Fire, which seems pretty cool, and Soulfire, which is pretty cool. And we'll put one of these Arcast Wrath as like a board clear situational type spell. Firebolt, go ahead and throw that back in there. So right now we're at 57, so we're gonna have to go back to our creatures, and I want to take out some of these random creatures that are not really related to what the strategy is that I'm looking for. And let's add back in some stuff because we need to get up to 59 clearly. And are we sorted correctly here? Let's go to creature. Yeah, okay. So we're sorted now. We have all of the neutrals, and we have all of the fire, and all of the Inferno set up. So let's go ahead and go for all of these demon cards here that I see. Demon Thrall. I don't like this one. I'm not going to use that one. Taskmaster, we're going to have 3 of those. Hopefully we can draw some of those guys out. This is another demon, which is pretty cool. All Hellfire Maniac. After he's attacked, deal 4 damage to the attacking creature. That's pretty cool. Okay, Pit Lord, attack anywhere. That's not a terrible card. We do need to get up to 59, so Lilim, I want to have 3 of these. Let's see, how many do I actually have in my deck at the moment? I'm going to take that out. I don't like this card. So, Succubus, where's Lilim? Here it is. Lilim, we've got 3 of them already in our deck, so don't think we can add another one in. Oh yeah, Madcap Imp, I wanted to add those in. And let's see, anything else in here that looks like it would be pretty cool to have. We can do one more card, and then we are pretty much good to go. I don't really like that. Oh, this is a cool little thing. This is a good card to get at the very first. So essentially, this would be a card that I would play. Oh man, I wish I had 3 of these. This is something I would like to actually add in. Lava Imp, Lava Spawn. So essentially you can play that very cheap, and it does a decent amount of damage in life. It's just you can't play anything else. So it's one of those things you can play on your first turn, or you know, you can, I don't know, you can essentially, you can't use your hero ability to increase your resources, but this would be a nice thing to just have on call. You can just like pop out 3 of them real fast, very early. So something to think about. I'm going to go ahead and save that as my deck, and we're going to try that out. I know that I don't want this video to be super duper long. I could spend all day like sitting here theory crafting decks and things, and that's one of the things I actually enjoy about card games like this, is just theory crafting decks and stuff. So let's try this out. It looks like all I need, okay, literally all I have to do is just attack. So there you go there, guys. That's it. I won the game. My deck seemed fairly effective. I like kind of the, you know, the synergy between the different cards that I added in. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching this a little bit longer video of deck building, as well as seeing how the deck actually worked out. With a little bit more playing of the game, I can get a little bit better at figuring out which cards are going to work better together, and, you know, maybe look up some strategies on on what are some good combinations and stuff like that. But for now, I'm still just kind of casual, and I'm just kind of playing for fun, figuring things out on my own, which is good. And this is a free-to-play game as well. If you want to check it out, click my link down below this video to check out the game. You'll get like 10,000 gold as well as a free starter pack if you use that link, because I got a little special hookup from Ubisoft for you guys. So I'll see you around for the next one. I'm Kobe Cheese. Peace out, guys.